Hi, welcome to Free Spirit and welcome to a Spirit Message Tip. So this came out after the last reading. We literally got these three cards, the High Priestess, Strength, and the Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. And they kept on saying, remain Zen strong. This term, Zen strong. So we have the Strength and the High Priestess together, going through doors to personal healing and happiness. And so I want to read to you, and you can read below in the description box the Spirit Message yourself if you receive it better that way. But I want to bring home the message about Zen strong, because this is all how to really be, stay, and remain Zen strong no matter what. And I feel like that is going to help go through the doors to more personal healing and happiness. And so I want to leave the Spirit Message tip because already I found it so helpful, so helpful. So this is kind of a summation of everything that came through in another reading when they were talking about, yes, how to really be, stay, and remain Zen strong no matter what. Okay, so this is the Spirit Message tip. So again, this came up in the reading and I want to elaborate because it's very helpful as things happen, come in, what you may face going forward. It's to really be that High Priestess and the Strength card in the moment. And I'm going to show you how easily to be, stay, and remain Zen strong no matter what. This is like the secret tip they gave me, so I'm going to pass it on. So we talked about before, thinking about your cell structure. If you saw the last reading, what are you holding inside you? Think of that first again. Think of three things you're holding inside, running through all your cells, in your heart, in your soul, your whole body. What's running through you? What comes to mind? What three things are you holding inside? Is it peace, love, happiness? Is it wellness, calm, love? Is it divine connection, love, peace? Whatever it is, hold it. And you can hold even more than three. If more than three came to your mind, what comes to mind is like the essence of the High Priestess within you. That's your strength here. Hold on to that, right? So now when something or someone comes in and it is not of that, you're starting to react as you digest what it's feeding you, right? It's going to affect these two cards when something or someone else comes in. But a part of you will remember, is that of love? Is that of peace? Is that of happiness? No, it's not. Actually, further analyzing it outside of you, not digesting it yet, is it even true? Is it purposely being more negative to purposely have you digest and react in some way? Is it contorting to get you to do something actually, or to feel a certain way? What is the payoff for them? And what is going to be the payoff for you? Or rather, the cost to you? So the perfect example they showed me to bring this home was I had received an email that was just what's that word? Catastrophizing? I don't even know. Sometimes they give me words I can't even pronounce. Catastrophizing an email. It was catastrophizing for like paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, for many paragraphs, right? And then on the bottom I saw it was just to sell $1,000 class or course. It was like, oh, the world's coming to an end, oh, everything is horrible, blah blah blah, for paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, right? To get you to react. And at the very bottom it was to sell you, like, literally it was like a $4,000 class, but it was a class to be an answer to what they fed you first, right? Which you did not even feel before. But what was this really all about? It was to sell his course. Another perfect example is you might get an alert that's purposely constructed to get you to react, right? They make money from that too, that click, watching that, profiting off that potential to kick up your anxiety, your fears, or whatever else they just fed you. Now retain your Zen strong. Retain your connection and your strong, right? Retain your Zen strong. You don't swallow everything and digest everything without evaluating it first, right? Just like when you're sitting down to a meal, you're not going to digest. You have to, what is it made of? What is it made of? So is it made of love, peace, truth? I mean, not sure, don't digest it. You know better. You're the High Priestess. You know better, you see better, you react better. You stay and remain Zen strong no matter what. You retain what you are made of. You stay focused on now, what you can do. You do not get lost in mazes, concocted labyrinths. That was another word they gave me that I don't use, labyrinths. You know the way out is always up and over. The secret is to stay connected. This is why we're getting the High Priestess all the time. The secret really is to stay connected. So you always know that in the moment it comes, you be and stay and remain Zen strong. If anything, honestly, in reality, difficult-wise, ever really appears in your life, you can always reassure yourself, you are brilliant, right? You're connected. You are brilliant. You are strong. You are resourceful. And you have faced hard times before and made it through. You actually stand today as you land on your feet. You are Zen strong even when faced with a true difficulty, right? I mean, look in the past, you've had experienced very hard times and very hard difficulties. You stand today as you land on your feet. You are Zen strong even when faced with a true difficulty. So no need to hand over pieces of you before that reality has even occurred. And when it does, you know what to do anyway, and we'll get through, up and over. Remember, Zen strong. This is what they're bringing home over and over. Zen strong. That's peace and strength together, plus really knowing what you are connected to. That's what they're saying. It's peace and strength together, plus really knowing what you are connected to. And what truly gives you peace and strength for it all anyway in the first place is these. It's peace and strength and knowing what you're really connected to. And that's what gives you that peace and strength in the first place. That's your source. And so that's how to really be, stay and remain Zen strong no matter what. And I think they're giving this, like these doors are open for us to retain that. So we're in constant healing. Like they said, light working is a 24/7 job to make sure remain connected and remain Zen strong. You know what you're connected to. Be careful of what you're digesting, allowing things to come in that affect this, because they want you to go through doors to personal healing and happiness. And this is how to really be, stay, remain Zen strong no matter what, is literally what they're saying. So those were just examples of things that can come in that are purposely trying to make you feel disconnected or not strong, brilliant, you know, what you are. What they said, peace, at peace and strong together, and know what you're connected to. Something comes in that affects this, and they're like, no, you retain this, you remind yourself, you hold this. Remember, have it in the beginning. What's your cell structure? What are you holding inside you? What's running through you? If you want to think of it, it's running through your actual cell structure. They were like, what are you made of? What's running through your body? What do you? So very often, and we're not taught this when we're born. It's like we just swallow everything, right? Somebody says something, we digest it. Something happens, we digest it. It's like, well, analyze it a little bit if something comes in. Like, what's that really about, right? So say, for going back to that example, was that it was like feeding all this catastrophes. It was feeding all this negativity, so then they could sell you something. So they had to take away your power, your strength, your peace, your connection, something, so that you need them. You're lowered in strength. They're feeding you all that first, so you come at them there and you accept what they're giving you. It's this whole, like they gave that word, the labyrinth. I mean, it's like, but if you're here and you're in peace and strength and you know what you're connected to, it doesn't really work. And I think that's what they meant, like how to really be, stay, and remain Zen strong. Know what you're connected to. Know your strength. You sit in that. They kept on saying that. You sit in that. So when things come in, you're going to have an easier time to like, what's that really about before you digest it? Like, is that disturbing you? Is that a payoff for them? And what is it costing you? Is it costing you feeling connected and in your strength and in your peace? And it's not taking away from the legitimacy of legit problems or difficulties. Look in your past. Whenever a legitimate problem or difficulty happened, you remained connected. You were brilliant. You came up with ideas. You were in your strength. You rose to the occasion. You landed on your feet. You got through it up and over. So it's not denying it, but don't hand over pieces of yourself when things come over. Like, remember, you're Zen strong. There's something about that. Be, remain, and stay Zen strong. And because you're needed for what you're doing in the physical, so don't let it affect your connection or your strength. And this is also going to really enable you to be in line with your door of healing and happiness, to not be so affected. Now, you can even say the spiritual message that I'm leaving here is backed by even science if you need reality. I mean, the stress, feeling disconnected, that's depression. This is feeling you have no power in your life. This can make you unwell if you're stressed out and anxiety or whatever they're feeding you. That's about healing. That's so detrimental to health. Like they said, picture what you're holding running in your cells. You want health and happiness, and any real problem, issue, you remain connected and strong. You're going to go get up and over, like you have many times before, over and over again. And don't let people take your happiness. I mean, this is your happiness, staying connected and in your strength and your power. How to really be, stay, and remain Zen strong. It's almost like know what you're running. Like they said in that reading, the cell structure has the cell membrane, the nucleus, the cell membrane, the nucleus, and what's here is just the arrangement. What's your arrangement? You want to hold this, and what three things came to mind? You know, whether it's divine connection, love and peace, strength and peace, what's running through you, you hold that, it's guaranteeing more healing and happiness for you. But it's being very aware of that in the moment as things happen, as trivial as that example about that email. So I wanted to leave this, how to really be, stay, and remain Zen strong. I've already found it extremely helpful. I know I reduced it to Zen strong, but it kind of brings it home. And anything you can bring in your home, whether it's, you know, besides this reading, but proactively in your life to help you retain being Zen strong no matter what. I mean, just this part about reassuring yourself, even if it's a legitimate problem or something, a difficulty, you are Zen strong. You face it just like you have many times before. No need to hand over pieces of you at a cost to you when it's not legit, right? People are profiting. It's a payoff for them. So it's almost like being this high priestess and strength together is really helping you with more healing and happiness moment to moment. And so that's why even the title is how to really be, stay, and remain Zen strong no matter what, and hold this in your minds and hearts. So I thought this was really helpful. Take care.